guest. That's Congressman Anthony Brown of Maryland, and he joins me now. Congressman Brown, how will this shutdown affect the 50,000 federal workers in your district in real time? What will this actually mean so our viewers will understand what is going on in households 2 days before Christmas?
Sure. Look, it's going to have a dramatic impact. Don't let anybody view that it's only a partial shutdown. Federal government workers are going to get paid retroactively. That may be true, but not only do I have federal government employees who are now on furlough and they go through the emotional angst, the anxiety of whether they'll get paid, I've got federal contractors who won't get paid. That's men and women who are janitors in federal buildings. They're security guards. There are a lot of federal government contractors that do core government functions. They are not going to get paid, yet many of them will continue to be on the job. That's real. It has an impact on them, has an impact on their families. It also has an impact on small businesses in our community when that federal government employee says, you know what, this was a big weekend before Christmas. I would have otherwise got my nails done, maybe taken some clothes to the dry cleaner, maybe even get my car tuned up before the holidays. I'm not doing that because of the uncertainty. That has an impact on small businesses. Don't let anybody fool you that the retroactive pay somehow sort of exonerates those who are acting irresponsibly, namely President Trump, and shutting down government.
Let me ask you something else. I know you and your background. You served in the military. You're on the Armed Services Committee. How do you respond to the resignation this week and reprimanding the president as he resigned of the Secretary of Defense and the other generals that have left this administration? What does that say to you as a military man and a member of Armed Services Committee?
Certainly have a lot of concerns. I mean, that resignation by Secretary Mattis was a clear rebuke of President Trump's worldview, or quite frankly, a lack thereof. This America First notion that we'll go it alone. President Trump rejects our important allies around the country, around the world. Secretary Mattis understands the importance of strong alliances, about support, making commitments that we honor with our partners, like in Syria. He understands, as in the case of the Korean Peninsula, that while the military may be a tool, you've got to make room for diplomacy. All of these things are almost incomprehensible to President Trump, and that's why I'm concerned, because the steady hand in Secretary Mattis in a few short weeks will be gone.
How do you feel about the attitude of some supporters that act as though if there was collusion with Russia by the president or members of his family? I mean, it's easy to smear others, but his members of his family or him may have been engaged in collusion with the Russians, and you're a man that has done tour of duty, even as lieutenant governor, and been in the military. What does that say to you, Congressman?
So I'm going to answer that two ways. Number one, for the men and women who are in uniform today, while they are concerned, they will every day get up and do their job in defense of this country. Having said that, it certainly shakes the confidence that men and women in uniform have, knowing that the commander-in-chief, that's the person who holds the office that leads our armed forces, has his credibility is in question, his integrity is in question, and that will have an impact on morale. It could have impact on readiness. But rest assured, men and women in the Army and the Air Force and Navy Marines, they get up every day and they will do their job to defend our country, notwithstanding who occupies 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
Thank you, Congressman Brown.
Thanks, Rev. Happy holidays.
Same to you and your